Hey, it's Denise Barnes of SoulSavvy.net and SoulSavvyCO on Instagram and Facebook. And this is the final step, at least so far. There's going to be a few bonus steps, so hang in there. This fourth step, okay, I was very excited about previous steps, but this step is awesome. If you get really good at step 4, you're going to be in great shape for anything life throws at you, okay? And again, people are unique in terms of what stress management works for them. I don't insist that this is the only thing you're going to use or that this works for everyone. But if you find it helpful, and how do you notice that? If your stress drops. If you start at an 8, and a lot of these will ask you to rate it in the beginning and afterwards, and it goes to a 5, you found something helpful. We need to throw everything we can at stress these days because the more the merrier in terms of coping skills, and many of the things we usually use we can't use right now. That's the invitation, and using it in a positive way is to upgrade and update and add more to your repertoire of what you use to cope with stress. So step 4, this works with the side of things about the problem that you can't control. So let's say you're looking at COVID still. This is, October 2020, we're still in it. So what can't you control about it? A lot, okay? And then how does that impact you? You worry maybe, or you're really frustrated, about whether or not to wear a mask, or how much, do you read the news, or, all kinds of things on that side of things that aren't changeable or that you can't control, right? So how do you work with that? Well, the non-good fit way would be to worry, to not get enough sleep at night, to fight with other people, okay? Let's look at what might be helpful here. And mostly, that's a good point. The other people you can't control. So realizing that sometimes helps save you a lot of trouble. You can't control whether other people are going to wear masks or not. You can't control, other countries and whether they're allowing travel. There's so much beyond our control, okay? You can't control whether you can travel. You can't control keeping safe, everyone else keeping safe so that your family's protected. So there's a lot here, but what the main tools are here, working with thoughts and working with emotions. This is called emotion-focused coping. So that's what you want to pay attention to here. What are you feeling and what are you thinking? Our thoughts tend to be kind of in that fight, flight, freeze mode. They blurt out. We may not know what they're saying half the time. It's a lot of times under the radar, just like emotions are. So we have to slow down, get still, and listen. What am I telling myself? It's a good question to ask around thoughts. How am I feeling? Most of us have to slow down a lot to see what we're feeling. Because, again, our left brains are running the show most of the time. The right brain is where the creative and emotional lives. So I will often have to actually put my hand on my heart to find out, what am I feeling? If I wake up in a funky mood, I might be able to tell, okay, something's going on. Let me slow down and see what it is. It may be something related to me. It may be related to the news. It may be, anxiety I'm picking up from the world. This is a time when that's pretty possible, right? So there's tools below. One is an exercise to mine and deepen with emotion to see what good intelligence it may have to offer you. There's nothing wrong with bad emotion. Bad emotions, they get a bad rap, but all emotions are life force energy. So just being able to give them time to acknowledge them, to feel them for even just a couple minutes, you're doing great, because when we sort of ignore or try to, again, do passive coping or squash them, it causes more trouble. They don't go away. Just like the brain while you're binge watching is going, yeah, that problem's still there. Yeah. The same thing with squashing emotions or trying to ignore or repress them. It really doesn't work. So better to use active coping, do the RAIN exercise below. And there's a video for anxiety specifically. Try that and just notice what is actually useful that this emotion has to offer me. And then the thought-changing exercise, you may have heard of cognitive behavioral therapy. It's one of the most effective therapies according to the research in the psychotherapy realm. It's awesome. And it can get fun after a while. Like in the beginning, you're just like, what am I telling myself? It's all over. I'm doomed. And, you realize, okay, the second step of that process, is this true? Well, not completely. Is it helpful? Certainly not. And the third step is just reframing, coming up with a better way to say that. That's not just the alarm bells, fight, flight, freeze, watch out. It's more going from that thought, I'm doomed or it's all over, to, boy, this is a really tough time for me, not only me, but a lot of people right now. Doesn't that feel a little less dramatic? So you're working with that. Drama, passion is good, but we want to be able, and this is true in stress management, to ratchet it down if it's a little out of hand. So if you can take your stress through these steps in step 4 from an 8 to a 5, as happened with a client of mine today, that's huge. Any dropping of stress, like that, like 3 points on the 1 to 10 scale, if 10 is on the high side, you will have a sense of having much more options and being much less under the gun. So that's step 4. Okay, there is homework. There are worksheets. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm Denise Barnes of soulsavvy.net, and it is SoulSavvyCO on Instagram and Facebook. I'm an intuitive coach and an intuitive consultant. So if you want to know more, check out the website. And also there is, if you sign up to the newsletter, there's a offer going on through the end of the year for a free 15-minute consult of my intuitive hit on your healthy wealth, which is another area we look at, the intersection between profit and soul genius work that helps the planet. It's been a pleasure to be with you, and I hope this is super helpful for you and that you start to appreciate it as much as I have over the years. It's simple, it's doable, and it will totally upgrade your stress management approach. Take good care.